Hey there, Al's Coin Hunt here. I'm an amateur coin collector and note collector. Hope everyone is doing well. Going to do this dollar note hunt number 9, I believe, so this is the 9th hunt. Let's take a look at this $150 group of $1 bills. Check for any fancy serial numbers, any birthday notes, old banknotes, and any other finds or varieties that could make these worth more than face value. So we'll take a look, bring you back in when we come across some worthy or cool notes. Okay, bringing you back in here on this dollar note hunt. This one could be a fancy serial number with some duplicate digits. There are 9s, 8s, and 4s. We'll check that out, and then this one had a 1000 at the end, last 4 digits of the serial number. So I'll check that out. And then we got 2 star notes. So these are the B2017A star notes that are consecutive. So we'll have the 1465 and 1466 at the end. So we'll check those out to see if they're rare. So good hunt so far. So let's keep on looking. Okay, some more finds on this dollar note hunt. This one had an over-inked 9, also some duplicate numbers there. The note is not that great with stains on it, but we'll check that out. This one had some more quad 5s, but also the 3-1 at the end is a little odometer or gas pump high digit stuck number. I might keep that for an error. This one also had a fancy serial number duplicate number, 4 double digits, so it's pretty cool. And this one next over here, these are the 4 double digit numbers, so that could be cool. This one here, we've had an issue with the back of the note having ink stains on the back, so that's something that I still need to research that and see what we find, if that's something that's valuable. This next note here, this one is interesting. It's also that one where it got a really high in the position serial number, so high position serial number next to the leaf there. You can see the D is really close to the leaf. I'd like to see the D like over the leaf, that would be great. Or next to the America, just right under it. But that's pretty cool. I'll have to research that some more. And then this one is a birthday note, 1741, 0619. So we'll have to check that out and research that date. And then we'll, under this one here, we have some over inking and duplicate numbers, but also lots of 7s. And 7s are good, so we'll keep that one as well. So lots of finds so far in this hunt. We'll bring you back when we get some more. Okay, so we've got some more finds out of this dollar note hunt here. So we've got the odometer 5 here. There was a note that the serial number with the 4 at the end, but I chose to keep the 5. You can see the high digit there. This one was just a really nice note, and the seal there on the right side here, you can see the seal was moved over to the left here, so we'll take a look at that. This one struck me as a little odd. It's an older note. It's a 2013. Okay, so it's 2013. I thought it was an older note, but it does have some over inking on the zeros, much more than usual, so I'll keep that. Then we found another star note, 2017A star note B series. It wasn't the 2013, but that's okay. Definitely going to research that. This one here had the 999s, so I thought I should keep it. Also has a little odometer there, the last 9. I like the ones with the 9s. And then there's this triple number that the last digit goes up like an odometer stuck digit. That's higher than the rest, so I'll keep that one. This one was also some over inking on the 3, just on that 1-3, but also a low serial number. Lots of zeros is always good. This one could be a fancy serial number, 6s, 1s, and 2s. And then if I go through the rest of these, this one just had the 7s. There were the 7s and zeros, low serial number. So we'll check that one out. This one was a low serial number in position. So we had one that was really high up up to the top leaf. It's a lower leaf, so I thought I'd keep that one, check it out. Check out that note. Also, we found another star note. This note is not a very good one. So let's see where it's from. It looks like it's from, yes, a Richmond printed star note. So that's pretty cool. We'll check that out. Then these ones also were the green stamp way over to the left on that one. You can see that on the left as well. This one had some over-inking as well, but this is not a very good note though. So I'm not sure if I'll keep it, but the second digit 6 was over-inked. And the stamp's over to the left as well. And then this one had a fancy serial number, 8s and 3s, pretty much. And then, of course, it's a high serial number as well. And then this one, the W, another low position serial number, but also some multiple fancy serial numbers there, 0s, 3s, and 7s. So we'll take a look. Then another fancy serial number there. Here, I was hoping this was a trinary, but it's a 4 double-digit serial number. So 2s, 2 2s, 0s, and 2 7s. So no trinary, but double digits on that. So yeah, otherwise lots of finds in this hunt. I'll go ahead and research these further, and we'll bring you back with the final results. Otherwise, really good hunt, lots of notes to go over, and we'll do that. I'll get this all organized here and go over the best finds in just a minute. Just really got to make sure I organize this. I'm trying to summarize really quickly. Look forward to seeing what we find in the final results. Let's stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. We've gone over these notes here for our dollar note hunt number 9, and we're going to go over the search now and see what we found. I've got them in different categories. I'm also got some more space here on my desk, so hopefully this will help. And I've also got this in portrait mode, just for those folks that like to view this through their phone. I'm changing things up here and there, so definitely let me know in the comments how you like to see these videos. I'm definitely happy to, create the best experience for everyone. So go through the star notes first on this dollar note hunt. This was the B 2017A, had a 7 million print run, 3.2 million sheets, so it wasn't rare at all. It is a really good note, so I think this would fetch still a couple dollars over face. This was part of that consecutive star note, so the consecutive star note could have more value. I think you need to have at least 5 or 6 in a sheet to have a consecutive star note and have that valuable. So the 2 here probably will not make this any more valuable. So unfortunately, same with that, a couple dollars. And of course, my estimates here are based on my opinion alone and just what I've researched on the internet and on eBay and those types of things. So just my opinion, they could definitely fetch more or less based on what the buyer would be willing to pay for it and other comps that are out there. So this is just for educational purposes, and just wanted to make that clear. So same with this one here. This was a B 2017A star note, 7 million print run, 3.2 million run or sheet on this. So unfortunately, a couple dollars. I do like to keep all my star notes anyway, so I would love to hear thoughts on like what people do with their star notes if they just end up sending them back. I just don't feel good about actually sending them back to the bank. I'd rather just keep them. And then this one was that star note that was kind of beat up, and you did have that over-inking here on the one, both ones, but this one more over-inking than normal. So that's pretty cool. it is a beat up note, and it also was a 3.2 million print run as well. So definitely would like to keep it, but not much more value over face on that, maybe a few dollars. These ones, we would be keeping these ones that were the seal, the green seal, where it has been moved over to the left. I didn't see anything on that, so if you want to put in the comments below, if there's anything that people have been selling on eBay or on other sites on this green seal note. I have seen them where they're lower so that the green seal is actually touching a signature, and I think that's where it makes it more valuable. If the seal is touching a signature or something on the bottom, or if it's touching the Washington like I referenced earlier, if it's touching the Washington, I think that makes it more valuable. $3 or $4 is what I've been seeing on the green seal. I haven't seen anything on whether it's left or the right. So unfortunately, I don't know if these are going to be valuable or not. But I'll keep them, and I'm going to continue to do research on that, do my due diligence, as you would say, and see if there's anything else I can find on that. These are the fancy serial numbers, and I thought that these were valuable because of certain items. The 1000 I thought would be valuable, but unfortunately these ones here just did not score very high on the fancy serial number. This is on mycurrencycollection.com. I research it and see if that's a fancy serial number. Usually you'd like to see that over 95% on the fancy serial number, even higher, probably 97 or 98. So unfortunately, these ones here, the 1000, these 8s and 9s and 4s, and these 6s and 2s did not make the grade. So these were below 90% on the fancy serial number, so they probably wouldn't have much more value, so those would probably go back. So I'll put those over here. This one did have a 90%, and it was because there were 2 triples. So yeah, 2 triples, the 8s and the 3s. It would be great if we had 8 or 3 additional, and then you would have a trinary or even a binary. That would make it more valuable. So at this rate, I used to keep a lot of these lower 90, 95, 94, 95 bills, but at this point, I just don't think that they'll sell on eBay. Maybe you might get someone to buy it. The other thing that made this valuable, now that I think about it, is that this has a high position. The high position serial number where it's almost touching the leaf. I think you need to touch the leaf or touch America to make it more valuable. So I did not find anything on the high position serial number. So fortunately, this may not be valuable. I do like to keep them anyway, just because they did make some grade over 90%. Same with this one here. This one has the 6s going for it. So you have the over-inked 6s here and the 7s, which I think might put it up over the top, make it more value, maybe sell for $2 or $3 on eBay for sure. So we keep that one. This is the one that had the marking on it. So that peach or pink marking on it on the left side here. It was a 92% because of the zeros, and you have the over-inked 3 here, especially over-inked on this 3 here. So that'll be, I think this still would sell on eBay for a few dollars for sure. This one scored at 95. And so, yes, definitely fancy serial number. You have the 7s, 0s, 2s, and 3s. And those are always good. You like to keep them together as much as possible. So you would want to have the 3s together and the 0s together, and then you would have a great note. Otherwise, I think it still would sell for a few dollars. And then this one also was the 6s and 1s and the 7s and 5s. So similar note, both scored the same, 95%. I would say that those would garner about a few dollars over face. Okay, so now these ones here are error notes. So I like to kind of jump through the error notes, but I categorized them this time. So we've got, this one had some 5s in it too, so I thought maybe it might be valuable. But we'll do the odometer gas pump. And so sometimes I kind of run through this and say, oh, this is a gas pump odometer, and maybe some people are wondering, what does that mean? Like, what does a gas pump mean? And maybe they've researched it, or you probably know about this, but the gas pump is the odometer error note where, I'm sorry, error serial number, where the serial number is a bit higher than the rest of the numbers. So you could say it's a misaligned serial number as well. However, this is not very high. This is something that's high, but it's not as high as I've seen but in the past, or sold in the past as well. So for this one, it is unique, but only a few dollars probably over face value. This one had the over-inking 8 as well, but there's also the gas pump. So if there's something that combines it, then it would make it more valuable. So this one here, high three digit, and I guess I didn't explain this. So the odometer or gas pump is a stuck digit. So it's a stuck digit error where the digit is higher than the rest of the numbers. So that's where that odometer gas pump comes from. And so this one, actually, I just noticed there's some bleeding coming through here as well. An ink bleed error, so that could be valuable as well. So this one is a little bit higher. So this one I like, where you got the 1 digit that's higher. I think I kept this one over the other one that had a 4 on it. So there was another consecutive digit serial number that was ended with a 4. So this one was a 5, and this one was, I think this would be valuable and sell for a few dollars for sure. Same thing with this one here. The 9 is also a little bit gas pumped odometer, and it would sell for more, I think, a few dollars, more than face value for sure. This is that one that was also almost touching the leaf here. So very close. These other position ones, I call them the serial, low position to serial or high position serial number. These ones, I would like to see them touching something. So that's why I think we would probably end up sending it back. And this one was really low, but as you can see, it's just not enough. So we'll keep researching it. I don't like to put things back if I'm not sure. So I'll definitely keep looking at that and researching it some more. And this is the over-inked. See, this is the really over-inked 6 here. The bill isn't very good, but the 6 is definitely over-inked for sure, and definitely get a few dollars over face on that. There's another over-inking here. So yeah, so this is another over-inking error. And then this one, this error here is the 007. So I didn't really realize that I had this, but I've heard about the 007 error, where I don't know if you call it an error, it's just a cool note where it has 007 in it, and I think it's better if the 007 starts off the serial number. So yeah, 007, I did write in here in the notes that it is cool and it does have more value. People like to collect these, especially the 7s are very collectible. I think a little over-inking on the 02, but I think it just depends on what someone would buy. And I think if it was 007, you had another 007 or something like that, or multiple 7s, it would make it more valuable. So I think at this rate, it's a few dollars over face, but also I wrote here that if it's a star note, I think it's more valuable. So if you got a star note, the star note would be valuable in itself, but then you'd also have the 007 on top of it. So if I have to go through my star notes, I'd go through my star notes and see if there were any 007s in the serial number, and then that would make it more valuable. And I do have quite a few star notes, so we'll check that out. I'll see if that's something that comes up. Now, this one here, I thought it was odd. I looked at it and I was very Yeah, I just was a little surprised because I have not seen this before. And as you can see, just by holding this up, you can see the reverse on the front of this bill. You can see the one here coming through. You can see the seal here, which I haven't seen very often. The other seal here. And the telltale sign is I can see United coming through the top. I don't know if you could see it here. I've got some extra light, so maybe you could see it, but it says the United States. So it's going this way. It's at the top of this note. So I'm seeing not just a bleed, it's not a bleed through, but it's a misprint, a reverse misprint. So we have here a reverse misprint. I'm really excited about this. This isn't a egregious or overwhelming error because the worst that it is, so if this was really showing through on the front more than it is right now, then I'm sure it'd be worth more. I've seen these sell on eBay for a couple $100, so that's great. So yeah, I'm very stoked to have gotten this. You see the one here is off too, so there's, even in the one, there's misprinting going all along here. And just, you know, when you compare it to another bill, you look at the other bill, you don't see that. Maybe you see a little bit, but not to this degree. And you see the green. It looked overly green compared to the other notes. So if you lay it down next to another note, it just looks more green than the other one. So yeah, so great find. Never seen this before. You can see the front of this on the back here too. So see the front of the note coming through on the back. Definitely misprinted. May not be an egregious misprint. It may be a slight misprint, but still it's a misprint and definitely worth something. And I will figure out what that is, but definitely happy to see that find of the search. Besides the star notes, this is the find of the search. So I'm really happy about that. And also the over inked 0. So, but this is a common thing, but this is overly inked. So yeah, so then finally we have our birthday note. And this is the first time I've researched whether someone was born on this date. So I looked up 1741, June 19th, and someone was actually born that date. So this person, Reinier Winkelis, was a Dutch engraver, born on this date. So if there's a long lost relative of Reinier Winkelis that would like to purchase this note, I'm happy to work with them and see if they would like to purchase it. It is pretty cool that it is a date. It is in the not the preferred format, so I've read that it should say 06/19 1741 but 1741, the year, the month, and the day is a standard format. So I've got several of these too that are different dates, and I have a $5 bill that's in the 1900s. So yeah, I'm really happy about those. Definitely a great hunt. I'm happy that you're following along with me and following my journey on this note hunt and dollar note searches. I've got other currency note searches coming up. And of course, this is Al's Coin Hunt. I'm an amateur coin collector, so I like to collect the coins, and I'll continue to do that. Please check out my other videos on the note collecting and the coin collecting. Appreciate all the support. And we're going to continue to search and come up with hopefully the best finds we can. See if we can put them in our collection or sell them at a higher price. So appreciate all the support, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.